defending her like super duper hard, and like I was just a
Hey,
random citizen,
Shantae.
bro. I was a
Super.
fucking civilian just chilling in the streets, and she was like, "Fuck you" in particular, right? Which is kind of weird. You say that's weird, right?
I would say doxing people is weird.
That is pretty weird, bro. I would say that, but like again, your internet friend is like the LeBron James of doxing. Well, not really the LeBron James of doxing.
The
She's just
LeBron.
incredible. She's just incredibly proficient. Not good at it, but she be doing it a lot to anybody, bro. Like again, I just happened to be a black man on a panel, bro. She was like, "Fuck that guy."
Yeah, observing her, and he's still
Yeah,
tap
so
dancing. I don't know why his feet ain't hurting. Shit.
well, yeah, okay, honey baby.
Now, I just want to know, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, you be like for the peace, but like you got the war criminal in your gang. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's sitting beside you at the table. She, you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, Carnage. I really do. But once again, just like I tell Bella the other day, like I didn't dox you. I didn't dox you. If I
Yeah,
support
but you be
if this person's my
defending the
friend
shit.
or if this person is not my friend, I still didn't dox you. Like the issue that you have, or like
Why even
like the
say
issue that you
that?
have, you should speak with the person that did it, bro.
Why even say that? And you know the person who did it, but you're still defending the stupid shit. Shut up. What you're saying
Who
is
said I
dumb.
defended doxing? I never
You're
defended
defending
doxing.
it. You're
I never
defending
defended
the
doxing. What are you
person.
talking
Not
about?
yesterday.
Anything the
I wasn't defending
anything
doxing at
siren
all.
anything siren does, you defend it.
That's
It
not
doesn't
true at
matter.
all, honey
Hold,
baby.
That is true.
hold on.
That's not
Hold
true at
on, honey
all.
It
baby.
is
Don't
true.
hold her, honey
Piece of
baby.
shit.
See, I understand a lot has happened to a lot of people on here in regards to doxing, but don't get it
Anything
fucked up.
you're
I
saying
never agreed.
is
I
it doesn't
literally had a campaign
matter.
going around saying doxing's
If you
whack,
have no
telling
balls,
everyone,
we don't
siren
care what
included,
you
like
say.
telling everyone that's doxing that it's whack. So,
What
I
happened in
mean,
your
what
life?
else do you want from me? You want me to go forcefully stop a nigga from doing something?
No, I want you to be
No.
logically consistent because
Hold
yesterday you were up
on.
in bold hooting and hollering about how like everybody did stuff to her and she was just retaliating. And like here I am, somebody that did nothing to this woman. I've never showed any of her pictures. I've never fucking exposed anything of her. All this shit happened pre me entering the fucking space. Right? I just came in and was laughing at some jokes, and she was like, "I'm gonna review your personal information and I'm gonna threaten you." The threat is what's like the crazy thing, right? The crazy threat of like I'm gonna call your school, essentially
So,
trying
Carnage,
to
the
get
thing
you
that I
kicked
think
out
you're
of your
misconstruing is
education.
that I was defending the fact that people on the other side do it too. The same thing that they're mad that she does,
No, but
people on the other side do it too.
that's
That's what
what
I
you're
was arguing
saying is
against.
No,
not
I wasn't
true.
that's
arguing the
not
fact that
true.
she did
On
it right
birthday,
or
what
her
you're saying is
justification was
not
stronger than anyone
true.
else's. I was saying
On
that these two
birthday,
entities are
what you're
doing the exact
okay, what you're saying is not true. We have not
it's exactly
doxed
true, honey baby.
anyone. We have not
Yo, how come I
doxed
can't? How come
anyone.
you could talk about me, but I can't talk to you? That's
Because
Yeah,
what
honey
you're
baby.
saying is not true.
That's
You're
exactly true.
saying the other
That's
side
100%
did, but
true.
she started
That's
it.
100% true, honey baby.
That
That's
is not.
100% true. That's
Nobody has
100% true. Never
doxed
did I say doxing
Siren.
was okay from anyone doing it.
Nobody.
That's
You're
Never
why.
did I say that.
you're
Yeah,
defending someone.
I'm not
You're
defending
defending
doxing at
someone
all.
that started it all.
At all.
Someone that started it all.
I'm not defending
You
doxing
yeah.
at all.
literally,
On
that's what you're
birthday,
doing.
on
I'm not
birthday,
defending doxing at all.
I
And then once
never
again,
doxed
we can have
Siren.
this.
I
And then once
never
again,
doxed
we can have
Siren.
this. Once again, Carnage, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go on mute. Once again, we can have this conversation about what you think that I'm doing in regards to supporting someone or the lack of. But once again, I am not doing any of these things to any of these people, including
Okay,
you,
you
Carnage.
can keep
So I'm
saying
not the issue
that.
at
What you're
all.
saying is dumb. What you're
Okay,
saying is
Laura.
dumb.
Yeah,
Honey
on
baby,
birthday,
it's not true at all.
I'm not coming after you like you did it
I'm
'cause
coming
you didn't
after
do it.
you. Quit trying to be nice to this fucking idiot. You're
I'm not
taking
being
after
nice.
a bitch, a raggedy ass bitch. And on birthday, see, y'all, I didn't do it. But you're raising your voice to take up for a shitty ass person.
Because you're screaming, everyone's
Shit.
screaming and yelling at me. Everyone's on the phone yelling
Because
at
you're
me
a piece of
because
shit.
of
I'm
what they
not yelling
perceive
at
to
you,
be the
bro.
case. That's not true.
Let him,
Everyone wants to yell
Carnage.
at me because they think that I'm helping Siren or whatever reason. Because if you
No,
really had
I
an
don't
issue with
think
what's
that
going on, you
you're.
would speak to the person causing the issue, and I'm not causing no issues.
No, I wanna because I wanna challenge your position, and the reason I'm doing this nicely, baby, is because I want to get responses, right?
But you understand that
You say that you.
I don't agree with doxing, and I was my point of
I
contention.
under.
You
I
are
My point of,
agreeing with
hold on,
understand
listen.
it.
doxing.
My point of
You are
contention.
agreeing with doxing.
My
You
point of
are.
contention is that the people
He
that
agrees
Siren's
with
beefing with is also
doxing, and he
doxing.
doesn't care.
See that?
Okay,
Don't
hold,
take
hold
Effie
on.
seriously because he's a man who can't have kids and he lives in a camper and he idolizes a person on the internet. How about that?
Hold, hold on, honey
Anyways,
baby.
Carnage.
Effie's
I don't
still a
agree with
piece of
anyone
shit.
doxing Siren or anyone on the other side, and that was
Birthday
clearly
agrees with
expressed.
doxing because Siren does it, and he will not tell
Oh my
her
gosh.
to stop doxing because
You know what? And
Effie,
this is what makes
not
me
Effie,
sleep at night. The
Unbirthday
fact that I
agrees with
know
it.
for a fact that I'm not doing any of these things
Unbirthday
that you're talking
agrees
about.
with
The
doxing.
fact
He
that I
agrees
know
with
that I am not
everything
doxing
Siren
anyone, but people are
does
upset at me because someone else is,
because
that's what helps me.
he
That's what makes me sleep at
secretly
night.
loves
Because I know that I'm not
no
doing
fat
that.
raggedy white
Honey baby.
bitch.
Honey
I know
baby,
that I'm not the one
please.
doxing. It's fucked up that people are doxing,
Unbirthday
and I
agrees
know that
with
I'm not the one
doxing
doing
and
it.
he
So
doesn't
for
care
you to give
who
me
does
so
it.
much energy as if I'm the one doing it, that's
Yeah,
not the
but then
case.
shut
I
up
am not the
then. No
one
one
doxing
asked
people.
you.
I am
No
not,
one
honey baby. No
asked
one's
your
listening to you because you're
opinion.
yelling and you're upset for some
Yeah,
type of
I'm
reason.
not
So like,
upset. I
I
just find
advise
it
that you just
very
go on mute
dumb.
because
Honey
Carnage and me
baby,
were
I came
talking
in
and
to
you came up here crazy,
quickly,
calling me outside my name, being
just
totally
remind
disrespectful. So I was having a
you,
Observant is trying
conversation
to
with
You're
speak.
a
Carnage.
fucking idiot.
Birthday.
I
Yeah.
was having a conversation with
honey
Carnage and everyone
baby,
wants to
honey
pile
baby.
drive on me
Oh,
because everyone.
birthday. Let observant speak.
On birthday, it's fine. You can continue to have your opinion, honey baby. You gotta let Carnage have the conversation with on birthday. Honey baby, I'm just going to remind you, just politely, look at the people that Siren surrounds herself with. You've got Effie, you've got Wavius, and you've got on birthday. Like, we're not dealing with smart people, so don't get yourself upset, okay? Like, just don't, it's not even worth it. He knows that she's fucked up. He knows that he looks foolish trying to defend the shit. He knows that she started the shit because he's been around. He knows that he knows about everything that she's done. So is Kellum. Kellum has been around too. The only reason yesterday's conversation happened at all is because Kellum likes to be an idiot and try to be contrary, and on birthday has a chip on his shoulder because nobody likes him. Like as soon as you see me or Spiffy get into the box, he starts to get aggro. It's just a response. I wouldn't even bother. But you gotta let Carnage have the conversation because otherwise he's gonna be like, well, they never let me talk and they're all like this and blah blah blah. Nah, nigga, you just look stupid. And the conversation will prove it. And see
Well,
how
he
he
dropped the minute
runs.
you came in the box. The minute you came in the
Um,
box, he dropped.
I
Yeah,
just,
he runs.
I'm so mad he ran because, like, I got like, I am just like the perfect
I'm
example of his
sorry.
point being bullshit. It's so funny. Like, I literally came in off the street. It's like, hello, what's going on here? And Sarah was like, fuck you,
And he knows it.
doxed.
He knows that Honey Baby hasn't done anything to anybody either. Like he was around for this as much as he would like to lie. There's no defense for his defense of Siren and trying to say that we're just as bad as her. Like I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I've never said that what I did was correct. I told her straight up, I don't give a fuck about you or your family. I'm aware of like what those words mean and the message they're conveying because I am saying them. But you can't hold me as a standard for everybody else. Like Bonnie, don't be going at that bitch. Miss Passion, the worst Miss Passion has done is call her some names, and Miss Passion got doxxed. The same with Joy. Like he's foolish, so don't give him too much energy. Carnage, you should also not give him too much energy, but I understand you want to have the conversation, so whatever. Now
Yeah, I.
I'm going to
Mhm.
drop down
Yeah.
to the chat so that he doesn't feel as fearful and he'll come back up. But just keep it in mind, he's like low IQ, so he's not going to get what you're saying.
Thanks,
All right,
observant. Just before
please
you go,
come back on
Carnage,
birthday. Please,
tap the
please.
screen, share the live, give the host.
I just want to understand because on birthdays like peace. I want peace. How do we solve this? But like, if imagine if I was like everybody else, right? And I got doxxed, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be on you too. I'm gonna dox and I'm gonna do all the things that everyone else is doing too. That's a whole other enemy that she would have gotten for no fucking reason, right? Like she would have just started a whole new beef for no reason. Like Not, bro. My issue is not with Siren. My issue is with the stuff you said yesterday. That's what my issue is. I'm talking to you. Like, I'm not blaming you for the stuff that Siren did. By no means. What I'm pointing out is that the way that you're looking at things is flawed because there are people who genuinely didn't do shit to this person. Like, she is actively the catalyst in all of the conflicts. Like, she got lucky that I'm not on the same timing as everybody else. But if I was on the timing of everybody else and I felt offended, that would have been a whole other person doing fucked up shit to her in response.
Yesterday wasn't about that. On birthday. Let's be real.
Okay, I do apologize, Connor. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I'll talk
I
to
think
bro in the
it's
comments.
especially when you've been here and you know that she has started it all. She started it. Anything, and then he's going along with her victim blaming. Like that's just like, to me, just be quiet.
Yeah, my thing is that you can't say that both sides are participating in something because I was not here to participate in shit.
Right. No, I've been doxxed and I haven't retaliated. I haven't said any, or I'll just cuss her out and call her a name or something. But it's like going to get her. Now other people have done it, in which to me, she deserves it.
Yeah,
She
like
deserves
I don't even
everything that happens to her. She deserves it.
like I don't even be going at Siren like 80% of the time. Like I'll go at Siren when Siren annoys me. But like the person that I initially had issues with is Effie. Effie's the person that I knew. I didn't know anyone else. So the idea that like both sides are participating, no. Like I had an issue with someone who was not Siren, and Siren put herself in the middle.
Inserted, yes,
And to
inserted
this,
herself.
yeah, and to this day, I be trying to ignore Siren, but Siren pops up and be like, "No, I'm in this now.
Like
I'm involved." And it's like, no,
Carnage, I heard you talking about me on the other live. What about that? Huh? What did you say? Haven't I warned you?
literally, it would be like somebody would be like, "Can we do a recap of what happened today?" And like somebody on the panel would be like, "Yeah, well, Siren was on this box," and then like we'd move on to another topic, and she'd come up, bust in the light like the Kool-Aid man, talking about some y'all was talking shit. And it's like, no,
Not like Kool-Aid.
it's like we mentioned that you existed. Like, yo, she just be mad all the time, bro. I don't. That's not healthy. Shit's just weird.
And when that happened to you, I didn't even know you then, Carnage, because I didn't meet you until Nick's life. And then I found out what happened to you.
No, I don't. I'm not mad at it, right? It's just like I use it as an example because I genuinely didn't do anything to this person, right? And the more that I learn about this beef, I realized that like a lot of people who got hit didn't do shit. Like they were just in the box being messy the way that the life was intended to be. And she was just like, "No, y'all are a part of this now." It's just wild. It's so wild. Like she was out here being like, "Oh, you're a youngster adjacent," and it's like I'm pretty sure like 70% of that group find me annoying. Like we're not friends. I'm not. By no means am I like a part of that group like that. But I'm cool with some people, right? Like I'm not making this shit sound like they handed me the keys. All I was saying on birthday is that I find it very weird that you will go to incredible lengths to defend the person who is the catalyst of all of the problems and then preach peace. That doesn't make sense. But yeah, how's everyone else doing?
If they stop inserting yourself.
Hey, I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good.
Doing good.
Okay.
Effie, come up in the box, man. Come up in the box.
No, we don't need to listen to stupid people.
Maybe I can make him read again. Yes, I don't know, man. Effie's my favorite op, man. He's my favorite op in the world because like he beats himself up. It's so great. You don't even really got to put in effort. And I had a burger yesterday that was so good. I feel like I'm going through withdrawals. Like the place is closed because of the hurricane, and I'm just sad.
You know when people don't want to answer questions, they never reply back to the question. I just noticed that.
Make Effie read again. Oh,
Tap the screen. Share the live. Give the host. Send your
no,
daily armies.
on
Sorry,
birthday,
Connor.
I want you to recognize the hypocrisy of your position because you can't summarize everybody as like a back and forth. There was no back and forth between Siren and I. Like there was no back and forth. Like I would give you $1,000, bro, if there was back and forth. If you
Oh,
could
but
show me
she
back and
talks
forth.
first, so there's that.
Yeah, she literally doxed me
No,
randomly.
yeah, I know that kind of. But even before you, she was the first person to dox people. Shantae, didn't see your message go through, so I don't think it did. I think TikTok didn't let it go through.
What do you mean selective outrage about doxing? I only give a fuck about my doxing because I'm me. Like I can
And
only
you don't even
speak
call
about
her
my
out.
doxing.
They don't even call her. No, Carnage, this is what's annoying me. They don't even call her out for DOXing.
Like I'm confused. How am I like I just got here. I don't know anybody. I just got into the space. How am I supposed to be upset about a bunch of lore that I don't know? How am I supposed to hold people accountable for shit that I don't fucking know? I didn't know at that point. I was now learning the
He's in the
stories piece by
comments.
piece by piece. So how am I supposed to have selective? I didn't know.
Yeah, Carnage, read Shantae's comment. She has a good point.
Yeah, you're right. Smarter people probably try to have this conversation. Actually, I was trying to have a one-on-one with on birthday, but then he ran away. Mm. Ah. So what's everyone's plans for the week? Doing anything interesting?
I'm gonna work really long shifts for 3 days straight, so I'm so excited. Love it. That's that's my plan. But I'm gonna be off on Thursday. I feel like Thursday's gonna be like the day that I have off, so I'm excited. I'll probably go live Thursday again too, just to let everybody know.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I may be going home for the semester. Um, shit's pretty.
Oh, I think Welcome to
This is
Jerry's on Thursday, so I have to watch that.
not on birthday. What are you
He's
talking
not
about?
listening. Carnage, you're wasting your energy. Don't waste your energy. He's not listening.
Right. Oh, it's supposed to hit. From what I'm reading, it's supposed to hit my side of the island on Monday. The bans are over Ocho Rios right now, so the other side of the island, and they're getting incredible amounts of rain. There's like tons of flooding. It's not great. Um, My mom has been calling me every couple of hours to make sure I haven't blown away. It's actually kind of funny. Um, yeah, my mom's worried that is gonna have a lot of infrastructural damage, and there's gonna be a lot of looting and stuff. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but you know, all moms tend to, you know, overreact a little bit.
Uh huh. Even at my old age, well, not old, but my mom still overreacts. Alright, thanks for coming to my live earlier.
Of course, I was interested because I know like a while back you were talking about Irish politics, and I was like,
Uh huh.
but the things you were talking about, I was like, it's like actually interesting. So I was like, oh my God, I need to like learn more because like I like learning about like world politics specifically, because I
Uh
don't know
huh.
much about it. So I was like
Yeah.
interested.
So, like I was saying in my live, our six counties is basically still belongs to the UK, like still belongs to the England. So we have to get those back, and hopefully we'll have to put in a referendum here in the Republic to get a United Ireland, but then also the UK will have to vote on it as well.
Yeah, just so
Because
everyone knows, you don't gotta worry about me. I live in the nice dorms, so my dorm's not gonna fall over. Like
yeah, because I
I'm gonna
start
be
on my
okay.
live aura to talk about because we just elected our president. Um, so we had a vote on Friday, and we elected a president. And this one's going to be for 7 years. So just so you know, or the way our president works here, our first term is 7 years, and if you're re-elected again as president, you get another 7 years. So it's like 14 years. And I know in the United States it's only 4. Like you just have Trump for what, another 3 years.
Wow.
So so this president, she was just elected yesterday, Catherine O'Connell. She speaks our native language. So this is our third woman president in my lifetime, and I'm 38. So I've met a past one before. So yeah, it's kind of really good, especially for the younger generation as well, having another woman president. Okay,
Well,
Callum, I don't think you understood what I said. First term is 7 years. Our first term is 7 years. Your first term is 4 years.
mm. We have a woman president here too. I think is it our first? Probably, I think so.
But,
She's cooking, man. Like everyone loves her. It's great. The only
uh, this is
Caribbean
women lead
politics
better.
Caribbean politics is funny because Barbadians are so spoiled, right? They're so spoiled that they don't understand that like we have a good thing. So everyone in the country is just like whining and complaining and talking about like a bunch of like unimportant shit and criticizing her for a bunch of like unimportant stuff. And the rest of the Caribbean is like, we love her. She is great.
Carlos, how many years is it for your first term for a president where you're from?
Oh,
Because ours is
uh,
7. The United States is 4.
I think ours is 4. I believe ours is 4.
I think ours is
Um,
one of the longest.
yeah, I think ours is 4, and then but there's no term limits, so you can serve back to back to back to back to back.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because here
Yeah.
all you have to be is over 35 and an Irish citizen. But a lot of Irish people want the Irish president to speak our native language, which I agree with. They should. I think even politicians should speak our native language as well. Well, we want a woman president for the next 7 years, so that's right. And she's trying to get United Ireland and stop gender violence. So she's pro-choice, pro-LGBTQIA, trying to get better rights for disabled people. So she's basically a woman that supports human rights. So we're doing good.
Yeah, the prime minister we had before, like, he was incredibly stupid, like incredibly dumb. So when we switched up, she's just been doing like common sense shit, and it's so funny. So funny. The opposition would be like, "That's gonna be expensive." She would then fix the problem, and everything would be great, and the opposition would just look stupid. And that's pretty much like Barbadian politics in a nutshell. Like we had a issue with our public transportation. We had like really old older ones, and they're like, "That's gonna be expensive." And then she bought the buses, and the buses are great, and everyone loves them. She like, "We could just buy new buses and retire some of these older ones," and they're like, "That's gonna be expensive." And then she bought the buses, and the buses are great, and everyone loves them, and everyone's just like, "Oh."
So do you know when like a president is elected in America and they have like the Organization thing in America, and it's like
she like, "We could just buy new buses and retire some of these older ones," and they're like, "That's gonna be expensive." And then she bought the buses, and the buses are great, and everyone loves them, and everyone's just like, "Oh."
So do you know when like a president is elected in America and they have like the Organization thing in America, and it's like a couple of weeks or a couple of months after it's announced that the next president is like, when like it was announced that Donald Trump was going to be president again. So ours is like, so
everyone's just like, "Oh."
So do you know when like a president? So ours is like, so she won't have her ceremony till like November, but a lot of Americans, and it's like a couple of weeks or a couple of months after it's announced that the next president is like, when like it was announced that Donald Trump was going to be president again. So ours is like, so she won't have her ceremony till like November. But a lot of Americans don't know this, and I'm not sure if Aura can hear me. But our president doesn't have power like they do in the United States. So the way it works here is that the bills are, put forward by our Taoiseach, which is technically our prime minister. It's Taoiseach and Irish president won't happen until November. So we still have in office right now, we still have our current president, which is Michael D. Higgins. He's one of our favorite presidents. He's so tiny, I'll have to show you a picture. And he speaks our native language. He goes to all like the Irish like sports, and he's very pro-Palestine. He speaks out on women's and gender violence. He supports like the LGBTQIA. He's literally our favorite president, right? But our president here doesn't have power. It doesn't have power. It's basically just like a title. So the only time they have used a little bit of power would be like if they're signing something into law. But everything goes through like our Dáil, where our Taoiseach, which is basically a prime minister.
Oh wow.
Which be something similar to probably like a mayor or something like that.
Yeah. No, but American politics, like right now, horrible. Like it's literally a mess. It's literally a mess.
I don't know
actually.
if you've seen this. So I seen this on Instagram. One of my favorite actors. She's very outspoken on politics. She just came out. It was the last year or the year before. I don't know if you know her, Sophia Bush. She was in One Tree Hill. She literally shared how I can't remember what state it was in, but Republicans are not trying to ban gay marriage. They have like a bill coming forward.
Have you guys heard about the boats? The boats that the military has been blowing up?
No.
So refugees usually come from Venezuela and head to Trinidad, right? That's their usual route. And Trump has been blowing up these ships, calling them derug ships.
Of course he has.
And these are like tiny little vessels on the route people usually use to get into America is usually like through Florida, through that side, near like Cuba, Jamaica, that side. They'll try to get in through there because it's the closest piece of America to the Caribbean. They were on the opposite side. They were literally on the opposite side near my country. And he assumed that they were going towards America and blew up the ships. And there's straight up like evidence. There's like pictures of like fishing rods that he referred to as pew pews. Like it's kind of horrible. And I heard from a somewhat reputable news source that the military is carrying out they're carrying out military drills in Trinidad. And it seems like they're going to put boots on the ground in Venezuela. So that's pretty frustrating.
That isn't really surprising if that is the case.
Not
It
when
really
it comes to
isn't.
Trump. Not when it comes
Yeah.
to Trump. Anything he
Like
says
if you
does not
said
surprise
this
me.
maybe like 8 years ago or something, 12 years
It
ago,
wouldn't still surprise me.
it
It
would have
still
been
wouldn't
like,
surprise me with
whoa,
him.
exactly. Now it's like it's
But I
really
don't
insane.
think in general, anything in general does not surprise me with Donald Trump. So we go back through his history, like even before he ran the first time, he has been racist and ableist and homophobic and anti-Semitic for years, even before he ran. Literally before he ran, I think it was like around the time he ran the first time, it was before actually. He was thinking about running, but he said like marriage should be between a man and a woman. And but then you have Republicans and MAGA are literally out here saying he's for gay marriage. He's literally not. He literally was opposed to gay marriage when gay marriage went through in the United States and other countries in 2015. And even my country has the most popular gay marriage vote around the world. Thank you very much, Irish people.
It's fucking crazy. Like,
Payment.
oh damn.
It wasn't me.
No, it was me. I just it's because then it turns into a dance party over here.
But talk about Donald Trump for a second. Well, 1 second.
Yeah.
Ahmad, 1 second.
Wait,
Talk about
Ahmed, come
Donald
back
Trump for a
later, Ahmed.
second. So
True.
our voting thing, and this is why I'll never listen to Irishmen that support people with or any Irish person that supports people like Donald Trump or Conor McGregor, because literally they're the same person. No word to lie. But if you are going to vote and a lot of Irish people, well, not a lot, some Irish people spoil their vote, which it never works. To spoil the vote and for it to work, the whole country has to do it. It's the only way it works. It would be
Right.
better not voting at all. But they went to spoil the vote and they wrote on the ballot thing on a piece of paper and said, Donald Trump, come save this country. But they be the same people shouting, protect women and children. I was like, you want to bring someone who's had legal liable of rape to this country? How is that protecting women and children?
People are stupid. Like that.
I know.
Since like that's one of the saddest things about. So one of the saddest things that like happened to me when I started my degree is that I realized that people are fucking dumb. Like people will actively vote to fuck their own lives up because they hate a particular group or they agree with that person on like one thing. Like people are upset. Like UK politics as a whole, people are upset with the amount of immigrants coming into the
But
country.
they
They
don't
don't.
even know the things they're speaking of. Even certain politicians don't even know what they're speaking of. You would have like Americans or English people, Australians or Canadians or different people around the world or English people thinking that pro-choice means pro-abortion. No, it doesn't. It means you're giving that person the choice to do what they want with their body. If they want to carry that pregnancy on, I support that choice. If they want to have an abortion, whatever reason they want to have that abortion, I support that choice. That's what pro-choice means.
Mhm.
If you want to be pro-life yourself, be pro-life yourself. I support that choice.
Exactly.
That's what it means. And I've explained this to Belle. Belle said, so Belle calls herself pro-life, right? But she has said she's not going to tell another woman or another female what to do with her body. I'm like, girl, that's pro-choice. That's literally pro-choice.
Look, people don't understand how like legislation works. Like they don't understand why
Very
things are
true.
put into place. Like those laws around the world, like abortion rights, those weren't put into place because people were like fuck babies.
Yeah.
They were put into place because people were going and getting backyard abortions. People were just like belly flopping off the stairs when they found out they were pregnant.
And
Like
you're
people were
alive because
damaging
of that as well.
themselves. Yeah, they were damaging
You're
themselves,
alive.
and there was a huge amount of danger attached to this small market of people who wanted to do this thing. And
You
providing
can
a
call me
safe
a
way to do it, providing a safe way to
But
do it,
Carnage, they
lowered
can call me a
casualties.
baby unaliver all they want, but I'm never going to tell a woman who is a rape victim, or never tell a child, a little girl that's a rape victim, you have to carry this fetus baby. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. If you want to call me a baby unalive, because that one, it's not a baby, it's a fetus. But if you want to call me unaliver, call me an unaliver. But I'm never going to force a minor female to carry a fetus that they do not want. Do you know,
Even
just in
even
Ireland at the weekend,
in
Carnage, did you know in Ireland just at the weekend, right? A man, a grown ass man, right, in 2020 to 2023, raped his own daughter from 5 to 8, only got 18 years. Imagine, well, don't imagine, but imagine, I'm going to use the word imagine, if she got pregnant and we did not, it was ban abortion here because you can have an abortion here up to 12 weeks. Imagine if we had American laws to do abortion in Ireland, that child would be forced, she got pregnant, she'd be forced to carry a fetus.
yeah, because
Forced.
like
It's not pro-life, it's forced birth. That's what he's wanted. It's forced birth.
the thing is that frustration. So those cases that you described are like a small percentage of the abortions that happen. But like even in that case, right, the majority of them are people who can't afford to have a child. Why would you want someone to have a child they can't afford? Like that's always been my argument.
But
Like you want to bring this child into the world. Children are incredibly expensive. And like they're even
very
more
true.
expensive when you account for medication, allergies. They gotta go to school every day. They gotta eat
But
every day. They gotta
Carnage,
do all this shit. And you're just like, yo, be broke.
it's this white men who are doing this, right? And it's this white men, right, don't know how dangerous every pregnancy is. It does not matter if you get an abortion or not. If you're a female, right, and you don't want an abortion, great, that's your choice. But cis men don't know that women or female, whatever term you want to use, put danger every time they get pregnant, right? And people are like, use birth control. And this is what annoys me, right? You're saying that abortion is birth control. Birth control is to prevent you not getting pregnant, you dumbass. This is easy sex education. Like middle school, I'm using middle school because I talk about American stuff. Middle school education, like this is easy medication. And you think that we want, this is what annoys me as well about the internet, because they're so clueless. Because when we talk about sex education, like when we like talk about that children should learn about in school, you think that we want them to learn about full on sex, but that's not the case. We want children. Firstly, we want little girls to learn about their periods, and about their bodies and how that happens, right? Secondly, we want minor children to learn between bad touch and good touch, so they know the difference. Like if their father or their grandfather or their uncle or their neighbor next door is going to abuse them, so they know the difference. Like, does that not like think in your head? Because that will help.
Like,
That does help.
yeah,
But
like
it's weird.
it's
They never say no sex ed classes when it comes to straight people. It's only when it's LGBTQIA.
it's like a lot of these people. I don't know when the fuck they went to school because like they be making sex ed sound like it's just like this horrendous class. Like
It's like a corno. It's
you
not like
you
a
go
corn.
you learn a bunch of basic shit. You learn how to take care of yourself. You learn how to interact with other people. And most of the time it's shit that like the kids already know. Right? Which is
Okay.
good. That means the parents are doing their fucking job, right? But it exists to make sure that everyone has access to information that's incredibly fucking important, especially elementary school going into like middle school going into high school. You need
Hmm.
that information. Like you need it. Because you
Yeah,
you
but
want to prevent teenage pregnancies. You want people to be safe. You want
kind of
people
it
to not
annoys
move
me when
like
they
they used
say,
to.
"Oh, the parents should teach them." Well, also the parents can abuse them. So
Yeah, the
how are
parents
they
can
going to
also
know
be
to do
fucking
the bad
stupid.
thing?
Like that's
True.
the problem.
True.
Like what
That's
if
so true.
my parents believe that if you like drink water, you're immune from pregnancies? What if my parents believe that shit? Do you
Hmm.
want me to just go around believing that shit?
Well,
Now
have
I
you
look
heard
stupid
some of
too?
the Carnage, have you heard some of these lives? If like these homophobic straight people, they say if my child watches a queer person in a TV show or a movie, it's going to turn them gay. Hell no. I watched Charmed growing up full of straight people. Did it turn me straight? No. Watch One Tree Hill. Full of straight people. Did it turn me straight? No, it didn't. Watch DOC.
It's
Full of
crazy.
straight people.
Like
Mm. Sorry, not straight.
and it
And
like that
let
shit
me point
frustrates
out, there's no
me
such thing as
because
a gay gene,
it's a double edged sword.
and gay genes don't exist, by the way. Which she love to say that one.
Like it's a double edged sword because I feel like there's a pushback. So I think LGBT representation in media. This is going to be a controversial statement, so it's going to probably lead to a yellow match. But I feel that there there's studios, there's groups, there are people who use it as a means to make easy money, so they don't really put a lot of
Absolutely,
effort into
yeah.
it.
That's
Yeah,
not
so they just go,
controversial.
they just
A
put
lot of the whole queer
no
community
when I
agree with that.
not necessarily queer baiting. More so like
Well,
we're going to add a gay character to this show for the sole purpose of pissing people off.
oh yeah, okay, that's different. So what I was talking about, and maybe I thought you were talking about, is like, so did you watch Teen Wolf? Carnage?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Did you watch Teen Wolf?
I've skimmed the Teen Wolf. Not really my type of
Okay,
show.
so you know who Styles is, right?
No.
You don't know Scott's best friend? The funny guy?
I
Dylan
don't even
O'Brien?
remember the full story of Teen Wolf. Like,
No, it's literally at the start. It's in the first season. So basically, they hinted at like that. Not Scott, that Styles and Derek were going to become a couple, but the characters were both straight. The actors are both straight. So they hinted for so many seasons that they were that Styles was bi, but that never happened. And even the actors came out and said that the characters were never straight, right? And so basically what they do this in a lot of shows is to get queer audience to keep on watching. So they hint at queerness when they're never going to go down that road. They did it in Supernatural with Cass and Dean. They hinted at queerness, but they were never going to. Those characters were never going to be queer. So that, like, stuff like that is queer baiting. So that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah, I mean more so like, have you seen CW's Batwoman?
You cut off?
Have you ever seen the CW show Batwoman?
A Batgirl?
Yeah, Batgirl. Yeah, Batgirl.
Yeah, I seen
Batgirl or
the.
Batwoman?
Is not what I believe. But if I said that, it has so many things. It has so many things connected to it that it is very hard for people to have a conversation without thinking that I'm automatically transphobic or anti-trans or whatever. None of these things are true. I'm just bringing up this example because there's so many of them in the conversation about who should and shouldn't vote. Also, I don't know enough about these things. I'm just talking about how I feel. And it just like it, especially on TikTok, it's not a great place for those things to exist. So if it was a real conversation with somebody in person, I'd be happy to have it. It just, I'm not trying to like upset anybody accidentally because I'm not
going to get upset. Like, Bronx, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a political science major. I do international relations.
Yeah.
So these are conversations that I run into almost on a daily basis for years now. And before that, I was a history major. And these are all conversations I run into. So I'm not going to get angry. And I understand where you're coming from because your thought process on it is not a new thought process.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that a lot of people who hold on to that thought process forget that 18-year-olds are not only just a part of the country, but they are an integral part of the country, and they are affected by the government the same way an older person is affected by the government.
Yeah,
and the
right?
next generation.
If rules and regulations on education are passed, that's going to affect the students who are in education. If it's incredibly difficult for people to get jobs and the job market is going to shit, that's going to affect the young people. And they should have a right to be able to make decisions that they think would be beneficial to help their livelihood.
So, Bronx, I will say this as a non-American who has lived in America for a few months and has visited America multiple times. I was there when Obama got re-elected. So I will say this, the next thing I'm worried about for American women, American femme-presenting people, American queer people who are women, I am scared for those women and femme-presenting people and trans women is because we've heard Republicans and MAGA say that next should go our women's right to vote. And I do think they're going to try and do that. And that's because if that's taken away from women, what else is going to be taken away? And I am scared for women, even though I don't live in that country, because what I've seen, whatever happens in America, other countries try to do it in their country. So if it can happen in America, it can happen in another country.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that there's a lot to be said about what y'all are talking about. And again, like when I said feelings hurt or have a certain opinion about the radioactive things, I wasn't specifically talking about y'all two or y'all three. Rather.
Oh, no, I didn't take it that way anyway.
Okay. That's important to note.
But I will also say, when you brought up like the example for trans people, the people that only bring that up, and I'm not talking about me too, aren't even people in the LGBTQIA plus community.
You're exactly right. That's partially why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up is because
I know.
Okay, all right, good. Which like I personally feel there's just there's just a lot of things that we don't know. And generally speaking, I'm not even speaking politically. I'm speaking just as humans in general. I think that we fancy ourselves as these supreme beings that can like fix ourselves and improve ourselves. In a lot of ways, that's true. But in other ways, like at scale, that is not true. And it's more like this thing that we observe, kind of like how gravity works. You know, like we don't understand gravity fully. We just observe how it works with things, and then we record the information. And I think this is true. Like any you know, the trope of a person in a movie becoming godlike is that they're doing things initially to like fix, you know, the world that they live in. But the funny part of it is that it always affects something else in a bad way. I think this is true for political discourse. This is true for like a sociological discourse. You know, like think about how many conversations you've been in where someone is relying heavily on making their arguments through statistical data, where they're not a statistician, they're not an economist, they're not anything that's relevant to those things, and yet they seem to be winning in a debate where no one really wants to win. They just want to be the person who has the most dominance in the conversation, which is like so frustrating to hear when it's something I care about. And it also tells us like people are not trying to change. It tells me that I don't think that the reason why people are in this particular discussion are here to change minds or find daylight in between opposing sides. They are here to display a dominance of the field that they're talking about, and that doesn't teach us anything. And I think it's very dangerous for certain conversations, especially ones that affect people on the ground, like what you were just talking about.